Hello Aries, Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au with the month of May 2017 in focus. Your horoscope, sun sign, ascendant, or the moon sign if you know it. We'll be able to utilize some of what I'm saying right now. And really great news for you is that we have just seen the movement of Venus into your sun sign a couple of days ago. So this is usually an auspicious omen, bringing with it some luck in relationships, as Venus rules your 7th house of relationships. Although I must say, the retrogression of Mercury, that's the retrograde or apparent backward movement of Mercury in your sun sign, is a bit of a concern. And so for those of you, and I guess most of you falling under Aries, are somewhat impulsive, passionate, you do have to be a little bit careful that you don't jump the gun on this one. We want to see that, you make the right decisions. And the reason I say that is, number one, Venus has just entered your sun sign. Number two, Mercury in your sun sign is retrograde, looking directly at your 7th house of relationships. And in that 7th house of relationships, we see Jupiter as well, your planet of luck, retrograde. So there are some planetary circumstances which may play out and reflect in your personal life this month. I did see here that Mercury does go direct on May 4th. So a lot of people jump straight into it as soon as they hear, oh wow, Mercury's not retrograde anymore. But let me give you a bit of advice on this astrologically, and that is that if we see a planet that is retrograde, the fact that it goes direct on a certain date is not yet at all giving you the thumbs up to move forward. We normally like to wait for that planet to move back across that point in the zodiac where it had gone retrograde. At least let's wait 6 or 7 days till it moves back out of your sun sign into the 2nd house of your horoscope, into Taurus, and that should give you a bit more clear way for moving forward on your relationships. Now you can apply that to some other things in your life as well, contractual arrangements, because Mercury does rule your 3rd house. Here again we see an interesting planetary or astrological phenomena where Mercury, the ruler of your 3rd house of contracts and communications, is in your sun sign of Aries, but the ruler of Aries, Mars, has gone to the sign of Mercury, Gemini, the 3rd house. So this is called mutual reception, or in Hindu astrology, Parivartana Yoga. And this is a very important one, showing us that, especially with contracts and things of that nature, you need to be very, very careful now that you don't sign on the dotted line before you've got all your facts and figures in front of you. Even partnerships now with that Jupiter in your 7th house, not just relationship partnerships, but business partnerships come under this jurisdiction and show us that you may need to wait a little bit longer, find out a little bit more about that person. Questions. I was once taught when I was a salesman many years ago that as long as you're asking questions, you're not putting your foot in it. So I think this is a time of questions, a time of review. Don't forget too, speaking of career, Saturn right now, and I talked about Saturn in the introduction this month, is in its retrograde movement as well. Saturn rules your 10th house and partly your 11th house. Your 10th house is your profession. Fortunately, there is a trine aspect, a positive relationship between Mercury and Saturn. So that shows us that although these planets are retrograde, the review you make now, I've got a really sore shoulder. That's ruled by the 3rd house. Oh my goodness. If any of you out there are into massage, I need it. I've had 3 massages in the last week. They still haven't helped. I think I've pulled a bone out. Anyhow, that's another story. But your work under the rulership of Saturn may also be subjected to some of these, reversals. So you have to be very careful. That's extremely important. On the 11th, we see the full moon taking place in Scorpio. Scorpio for you has everything to do with that 8th house, which is shared resources, money that you and your partner have. So again, that could apply to these business associations that I'm talking about. But yet again, jumping back to the personal side of things, this is very much to do with how you share your money, how you and your partner spend money, if you're married, if you're in a relationship, talking about that sort of stuff. The sun is transiting your 2nd house, which is income, finances, and that has a coming positive trine aspect, that's a 120-degree aspect, on May 10th, around the same time as this full moon, to Pluto. Sun in the 2nd house, Pluto in your 10th house of profession. That's a seizing of power and using it to achieve what you want. It can make you somewhat obsessive or compulsive about the way you earn money. This could be a symptom of overwork, but it's not a negative aspect. So I would say as long as you pace yourself, this should give you some very, very good results, Aries. Let me just get these dates in order and have a look at the position of the sun here. The sun does actually move out of this area on the 21st of May, bringing with it more focus with your ruling planet, the sun. That's on the 21st, and then it will make contact with Mars during this period. So even straight away after the 21st to the end of the month, this would indicate your ruling planet is going to be in a state of combustion. Combustion means it's being burnt up by the sun's rays, and that's not a good thing. I did mention earlier your proclivity to working hard and pushing yourself this month. The combustion can show, especially if it's a ruling planet, some sort of health issues that may occur there. Mars is injurious and it's in the 3rd house. You might end up with a sore shoulder too. Just joking. Don't want to scare you. Don't want to scare you. Listen to my part on fear. Introduction on fear. We'll tell you how to bring that under. Breathe. Nothing to fear. Okay. This is more to do, I think, with overwork, but also the 3rd house has to do with your contracts. So be careful how you negotiate things with that. Don't allow your impulses to overtake your sensibilities during this cycle. The new moon takes place on May 26th later on in the month. And as you can see, I'm not giving you an exact planet by planet detail. You can get that at the site later. I'll give you the information at the end. The 26th moon in Gemini, again, the 3rd house. So there seems to be a lot of focus there because your ruling planet Mars will be there. Sun is going to enter there on the 21st. Then on the 26th, there's the new moon. The moon will swing around, and those 3 planets together will be activating this part of your horoscope. So short travels, communications, dealing with neighbours. If you've got troublesome neighbours, this is the time to start afresh. The new moon gives you a new opportunity in this area of your life. That's it for me, but don't forget to join us at astrology.com.au. There's a more detailed analysis textually of what each and every aspect means to you throughout this month. This was just a general synopsis, and I appreciate you being here, and hopefully that's of help. Till next month, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.